The message began with a shaking voice. A small alien girl cried into a damaged camera, her hands covered in dust and smoke. Behind her, buildings were burning, and explosions flashed like lightning. She tried to speak, but fear made her voice weak. "Help us, please, someone, help us." This was the SOS that spread across the empty parts of the galaxy. It passed broken satellites, silent stations, and cold planets. Most empires ignored it. Some did not care. Others believed the colony was already gone. But the message kept moving, like a single spark trying to stay alive in a dark universe. Far away, on the blue planet called Earth, an old communication tower was running through automatic scans. It was a forgotten part of Earth's defense network, a place where only a few workers stayed. Most days were quiet. Screens showed nothing but empty space. But today was different. A red light blinked. A computer alarm beeped. The tower woke up. Officer Maya Torres was drinking her evening tea when the monitor flashed bright red. She almost dropped her cup. She stared at the screen, confused, then leaned closer. "Unknown SOS detected," the machine announced. She clicked the file. The screen shook with static, then cleared, showing the little girl again. The child's voice filled the room. "Help us, they are coming back, please." The signal ended with a loud explosion and a scream. Maya froze. She replayed it again. And again. Her hands began to shake, because she understood something important: this was not a random attack. This was a colony under complete destruction. She pressed the emergency command key. Within seconds, the video was sent directly to Earth's command council. Generals, scientists, and leaders were called into a meeting. Sleepy faces quickly turned serious as the video played on the big screen. "This is not a local fight," one general said. "This is a full extermination," another replied. Earth had stayed silent in many galactic issues. Humanity was known as a dangerous species, but also a private one. Their warriors were strong, their technology was advanced, but humans never interfered unless necessary. But this message touched something deep inside every human heart. As the leaders argued, the defense minister stood up. "Look at her face. Look at her fear. We cannot ignore this. If we do nothing, they will die tonight." The room fell quiet. Everyone understood the weight of that decision. If Earth got involved, the attackers would learn something they feared for years: humans never fight halfway. Humans fight until the threat is erased. Finally, the command council voted. The screen flashed with the final order. "Deploy the Deathworlders." Deep under Earth's surface, in a massive training complex, alarms echoed through long metal halls. Soldiers woke from their bunks. Armored doors opened. Training droids shut down. The atmosphere changed from calm to electric. These were not normal soldiers. These were humanity's strongest, the legendary Deathworlders. Men and women who trained in deadly forests, burning deserts, freezing mountains, and crushing high-gravity arenas. They learned to survive where no other species could. They spent years pushing their bodies and minds to the limits. When they moved like storms. When they decided something, nothing stopped them. Their commander, Captain Reese Hale, stepped into the briefing room. His armor was heavy, scratched, and shaped from black metal. His eyes were calm but sharp. "What is the mission?" he asked. The screen lit up with the SOS message. The girl's voice echoed again. Reese watched without blinking. When the video ended, he nodded once. "We go. Prepare all units." Across the complex, soldiers geared up. Boots slammed on metal floors. Armor plates locked into place. Weapons lit with blue energy. Dropships powered up, shaking the walls. For many species in the galaxy, a human ship entering space was a bad sign. But for the colony crying for help, this would be the greatest hope they ever received. As the dropships launched into the night sky, the engines roared like thunder. The clouds parted. Earth watched its deadliest warriors rise into the heavens. Somewhere far away, the colony waited in fear, believing no one heard their call. But help was already coming. And when humans come, the entire galaxy feels it. The alien colony of Valtora was silent by dawn. Smoke floated over broken houses. Fires still burned in the streets. Families hid inside small shelters, afraid to look outside. They believed the pirates would return any moment to finish what they started. But before the pirates returned, something else came first. A strange sound echoed across the sky. At first, the colonists thought it was thunder. Then the clouds above them split open with a deep, heavy roar. Metal shadows moved behind the smoke, growing larger every second. Elder Rauman stepped out of a shelter, gripping his cane with shaking fingers. That is not a pirate ship. He was right. A massive dark vessel pushed through the burning clouds. Its engines glowed blue, and its shape was sharp like a blade. Smaller ships followed behind it in perfect formation. The air trembled with their power. The colonists stared, confused and terrified. "Is it another enemy?" someone cried. "No, it is something else," Rauman whispered. Then the ship lowered toward the ground. Dust exploded into the air. The ground shook. The colonists covered their faces as the ship's huge door slowly opened with a long metallic hiss. Inside the ramp, silhouettes moved. One by one, tall figures stepped out, humans in full black armor, helmets shining with blue scanning lights. They walked calmly, like they had seen this kind of destruction many times before. Their movements were slow, controlled, confident. Commander Reese Hale stepped forward at the front. His armor carried battle scars from missions across deadly worlds. He scanned the ruins around him, not with fear, but calculation. The colonists whispered, unsure how to feel. Are they here to save us? Or take over our planet? They look dangerous. Before anyone could say more, the humans separated into units with smooth coordination. Some guarded the area. Others moved toward the wounded colonists. Their voices were calm, deep, and strangely comforting. "You are safe now," one soldier said as he helped lift debris off a trapped alien boy. "We will protect you," another assured a frightened mother. But the peace did not last long. On the horizon, engines growled. A pirate skiff burst out from behind a hill, weapons glowing. The pirates spotted the humans and laughed. "Look! More victims. This colony attracts weaklings." They fired instantly. But the humans did not flinch. A single human soldier stepped forward, raised his weapon, and shot once. The pirate skiff exploded so violently that even the colonists jumped back in shock. The humans continued walking like nothing happened. That was the first moment the colonists understood, these warriors were not ordinary soldiers. They were something far more dangerous. Minutes later, more pirate ships appeared in the sky. This time there were many, dozens flying in formation, ready for revenge. They opened fire, turning the sky red. Reese Hale touched the side of his helmet. "All units," he said calmly. "Begin engagement." The Deathworlders did not run. They advanced. They moved like shadows through the rubble, firing with perfect accuracy. Their armor absorbed blasts that would kill any other species. Their weapons cut through pirate shields like they were made of cloth. Every step they took pushed the pirates back. From hiding places, the colonists watched in disbelief. One soldier lifted a fallen steel beam with a single hand to rescue a trapped family. Another ran so fast that he dodged a full burst of laser fire. A human sniper shot 3 pirate pilots out of the sky before their ships even reached attack range. The pirates were not just losing, they were panicking. "What are they?" one pirate screamed as he tried to escape. "They are from Earth," another shouted. "Deathworlders." For the first time, the pirates felt fear. For the first time, the colonists felt hope. Dust rose. Explosions shook the hills. Human soldiers moved like a force of nature, unstoppable and focused. When the battle paused, Reese approached a group of colonists hiding behind a broken wall. "Your people will live," he said quietly. "But this fight is not over yet." The colonists stared at him with a mix of gratitude and awe. In one night, humanity had changed everything. They came not for glory, not for power, but because someone asked for help. And when humans answer a call, they do not leave until the job is finished. The pirates quickly learned that attacking the colony again was a terrible mistake. But pride made them return in larger numbers. They believed sheer firepower would crush the newcomers. They were wrong. The sky above Valtor darkened as dozens of pirate ships formed a thick ring around the settlement. Heavy cannons charged. Missiles hung under wings. Pirate captains shouted orders, confident that this time the humans would fall. Commander Reese Hale watched from a rooftop, his helmet scanning the air. His team waited silently beside him. They were outnumbered, but numbers never frightened Deathworlders. "They think the sky belongs to them," Reese said quietly. His second-in-command, Lyra Quinn, replied, "Then we take it back." Before any pirate fired, Reese lifted one hand. "Deathworlders, advance." The humans moved instantly, like unleashed storms. A group of soldiers sprinted across the open field toward the pirate ships, dodging explosions with impossible timing. Dust and fire lifted behind them, but they kept going, faster and faster, their bodies trained to endure any extreme. Colonists watching from shelters could not believe what they saw. "They are running toward the ships. They will die." "No, they know what they are doing." The first wave of missiles fell. One soldier jumped onto a broken statue and launched himself into the air, grabbing a missile mid-flight. With a twist of his arm, he redirected it straight into a pirate gunship. The explosion lit the sky like a burning star. Another soldier slid under falling debris and fired a blue energy shot that cut a pirate bike in half. The rider hit the ground, terrified and confused. "These humans, they are monsters," he shouted, crawling backward. Lyra led a unit straight into the center of the battlefield. Her armor glowed with heat as she deflected shots with a shield that pulsed with blue energy. She hit enemy after enemy with perfect precision, moving like she had trained for this moment her entire life. Some pirates dropped their weapons just from seeing her. But Reese, he fought differently. He walked calmly through the chaos. Bullets sparked off his armor. Missiles exploded near him. He did not rush. He did not panic. He aimed once, fired once, and an entire enemy squad fell. He was terrifying because he never wasted a single movement. The pirates launched a ground assault next. Hundreds of them charged with heavy blasters, screaming, thinking that numbers would finally give them victory. The humans lined up in formation, a wall of dark metal and glowing blue visors. Reese gave a single order. "Hold the line." When the pirates got close enough to smell the smoke, the humans opened fire. The ground shook from the force. Pirates crashed, stumbled, screamed, and fell in waves. Their front lines scattered like sand hitting a storm. The human formation did not move an inch. A young colonist, peeking from behind a broken cart, whispered, "They do not fear anything." His father replied, "They are Deathworlders. Fear follows them, not the other way around." The battle shifted again when a giant pirate war machine rolled forward, a massive tank with spinning cannons and shield plates. It crushed stone and metal as it moved toward the colony center. Colonists screamed. They had seen this machine destroy entire districts. But a single human moved to face it. Soldier Kane Voss, known for surviving a volcanic battlefield alone, cracked his neck and stepped toward the tank without hesitation. The pirate commander inside laughed. "What can one human do?" Kane sprinted. The tank fired blast after blast, but he dodged each one by a hair. He climbed up its side, punched through metal with a strength that seemed impossible, and ripped off a panel. He tossed a charge inside and leapt away. The explosion tore the tank apart, sending metal raining down. The colonists gasped. The pirates froze. Even Reese nodded in approval. The remaining pirate forces broke. Their courage shattered. Ships turned away. Fighters fled into the sky. One pirate captain shouted, "Retreat! Retreat! These are not normal soldiers, they are Earth's monsters." But the humans did not chase the fleeing pirates. They stood still, dust settling around them, breathing steady and calm. The battle was over, but humanity had only shown a fraction of its true power. Reese stared at the horizon. "This ends when the colony is safe," he said. And not 1 minute before. The colonists stepped out of hiding, their faces filled with awe and gratitude. They had seen legends today. Real legends. And they knew one thing now. When humanity fights, there is no equal. The smoke from the battlefield finally started to fade. The air smelled like burnt metal, dust, and broken memories. But for the first time in many hours, the colony of Valtora felt something strange, something they had almost forgotten. Silence. Not the silence of defeat or fear, but the silence that comes after surviving the impossible. Children peeked out from behind rubble. Parents stepped out holding trembling hands. Elders wiped their eyes, unable to believe the world around them was still standing. And standing in the center of it all were the humans, tall, armored, steady. Their armor was scratched, their weapons glowing faintly, but their breathing was calm. It was as if they had just taken a short walk, not fought a full-scale war. Commander Reese Hale removed his helmet. His hair was dusty, and a fresh cut marked his cheek, but his eyes were steady. "We secured the area," he said. "No more pirates will harm you." His voice carried through the ruins like a promise. A small alien girl, the same girl whose SOS had reached Earth, stepped forward. Her clothes were dirty, her hands shaking. She looked up at Reese with wide eyes full of disbelief. You came for us." Reese knelt so his eyes were level with hers. "Yes. You asked for help. That is enough." Tears rolled down her cheeks, and she wrapped her arms around him without thinking. His armor was cold, but his presence felt safe, safer than anything she had known in days. The colonists gathered around the humans, unsure how to show their gratitude. Some bowed. Some cried. Some simply stared. One elder approached Reese. "We heard stories," the elder said quietly. "They called your people dangerous. Unpredictable. They told us humans were too wild to trust." Reese raised an eyebrow. "And what do you think now?" The elder smiled slowly. "I think those stories were wrong." While the colonists rebuilt, the humans worked beside them. They lifted heavy beams like they were nothing. They repaired broken water systems. They treated the injured with steady hands and calm voices. These warriors, who fought like storms, now moved with a gentle patience no one expected. A colonist named Varen watched a human soldier share water with a frightened child. "They are deadly in battle," Varen murmured to his wife. "But they are kind in peace. That is what makes them powerful," she replied. High above the colony, the human dropship circled the sky, scanning for returning pirates. But none came back. The pirates had spread word across the sector. "Do not approach Valtora. Earth has claimed it." For some species, that warning was enough to stay away forever. By evening, the colony looked different, not healed, but no longer dying. Fires were out. Streets were cleared. Survivors finally walked without fear. Commander Reese gathered his team on the landing platform. "We will leave soon," he said. "Our work is done." "But what if the pirates return?" asked Lyra, his second-in-command. "They will not," Reese replied. "Not after today." He was right. Fear of humanity traveled faster than the pirates themselves. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in orange and gold, the colonists assembled one last time. The little girl stood in front, holding a small flower she had found among the ruins. She walked up to Reese. "This is for you," she said, her voice soft but proud. "Thank you for saving us." Reese accepted the flower, even though it was crushed and missing petals. To him, it was more valuable than any medal. "Stay brave," he told her. The dropship engines activated with a thundering hum. Dust swirled. Lights brightened. The humans boarded one by one. Before entering, Reese turned back to the colony. "You are not alone anymore," he said. "If danger ever comes again, Earth will hear you." The colonists raised their hands, saluting the warriors who had saved them. Many were crying. Some were cheering. Some stood in stunned silence. The dropship rose slowly into the sky, leaving long trails of blue light behind it. As it disappeared through the clouds, the colony felt something they had not felt in years. Hope. Across the galaxy, news spread like wildfire. Earth had answered a call no one else would. Earth had sent Deathworlders, not to conquer, but to protect. And that day, the galaxy learned a truth that would never be forgotten. When humans fight, they are fierce. When humans protect, they are unstoppable. And when someone cries for help, humanity listens.